Hey everyone, welcome back to Healing for Brown Girls, where we have conversations about healing for women. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post a new video. So today we're going to do another voiceover video. Have you ever set a goal for yourself or attempted to try something new, and even before trying, you already felt disqualified, incompetent, or that you just weren't enough? I realized that sometimes I would set out to accomplish certain goals or even hobbies and feel like I wasn't qualified, even before trying, and even if other people around me thought that I was. I could have all of the qualifications in the world and still feel like I didn't belong in the room. Especially as a business owner, I always have to make decisions that don't just affect myself but other people as well. And sometimes it can feel a bit scary, just the thought of failing others or feeling like I'm not qualified to lead other people. So I recently had a conversation with my friend Kisha from Optimistic Counseling, and Kisha's a licensed therapist and she specializes in imposter syndrome, and I wanted to share a clip from our conversation.
Imposter syndrome is something that's important to me because I just feel like I see it in my practice so much, no matter what somebody is coming in for. Like it can be for anxiety or depression, but it's like a common thread through whether somebody was coming in because they had low self-esteem, or they were depressed, or they were anxious, or they were grieving, or they were, I don't, like it seemed to always be there, and it just kind of shows up as I should be doing more, or I'm not good enough, or I haven't earned the achievements that I have, or the success that I have, or
Mm.
I need to keep pushing, even though, I mean, I have, just reminding me, I had a former client before, and it was a consultation. She came in because she was like, I should be here by now. I should be doing this. I should have this by now. I'm this age, like this age, and I should be doing this, that, and the other. And then she finished that up with, because I just graduated with my master. I said, girl, 2 weeks, they ain't even mailed you your degree yet. Like the ink is still wet, and you sitting in front of me beating yourself up because you should have more than that degree by now. Can we just sit
Right.
in this, like, celebration and this gratitude for
Mm.
where you have come, especially somebody who's had society
Right.
statistics stacked against them not to even reach this point, and you've done it at your age? Like, let's calm down.
I
So,
felt that in my soul, my spirit.
so it comes up like that, or how the strong black women, or like people pleasing. Like sometimes people afraid to be assertive because they feel like they don't see themselves as an authority figure, because they've always been used to, like, especially I find this in women who are parentified, and that's a big therapy word, meaning you've been raising kids before you had kids.
Oh,
That's really a thing, especially for women. And I've seen, and I obviously work with black women, but I work with all kind of women,
right.
and I've seen white women go
Hmm.
tell me their struggles with this too. So, and it's
Right.
usually it doesn't matter if there's boy children or boy siblings.
Hmm.
It's usually the responsibility of raising the children or looking after the rest of the children goes to the oldest female daughter. So she's basically, especially in the
Hmm.
South, like she's basically like a junior mom.
Hmm.
So somebody like that
Hmm.
who's used to, you better, that nothing better happen to them, or you're gonna get it, kind of thing,
Hmm.
from authority figures.
Right.
They question themselves, and they don't trust their own intuition or their own gut, because they're used to seeking external validation or seeking authority from someone else other than themselves, not realizing it. Your sibling right now, as our grown self, if they have something go wrong with you, they're more likely to call you before they call their mother, y'all mother, because they see
Yeah,
you
that's
as the authority
true.
figure, and you don't even see yourself like that, because you feel like you just following orders all this time. You just try not to get in trouble with your mama,
Right.
but all the time you actually do
Right.
have leadership
But
and assertiveness skills all along. You just have to trust them. And so it takes, like, having a therapy session to realize, oh my God, wait a minute, I can do this. I can make these decisions. I can trust that what I decide to do is what's best for me. So that's why I
hmm
specialize in it, because it just comes up in so many different ways. It's like this persistent self-doubt. No matter how much you achieve, no matter how much education you have, no matter how much experience you have, you constantly feel like a fraud, like you don't belong here. Like at any, you got to keep
Mm-hmm.
up this act, you got to keep going, you got to get another certificate, another education, because at any point somebody's going to figure out you're a fraud. You've been faking it all along, and they're going to kick you out of the in group.
Mm-hmm.
Or I also think sometimes it can mean everybody else knows that you're capable, everybody else knows you're smart except for you. Like everybody else believes it except for
Right.
you. You have to keep proving yourself. And what I tell what I say all the time is I help women learn to stop trying having to prove themselves to themselves, because a lot of times it's not about trying to prove yourself to other people. It's trying to constantly prove yourself to yourself. Like people can compliment you, and for whatever reason you don't believe it, you don't buy it, because you haven't reached this
Mm-hmm.
sometimes unobtainable goal that you have set for yourself. And so until you
Mm-hmm.
reach that, nothing else counts.
I was always the person who, I guess you could categorize the high achiever,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just, I mean, I think anybody anyways who just decides to have a business, you're a high achiever because it's just not easy. And
Right.
then if you happen to actually succeed in that,
Mm-hmm.
I, to me that's high achieving,
Yeah.
period. Whatever else you have going on, because it's hard.
Yeah.
And so I just remember always chasing the next big thing
Mm-hmm.
until 20. I always say, like, the pandemic was the best thing that could have happened for me for my health, because
Mm-hmm.
I was in burnout. Like,
Mm.
me and my business partner,
Mm-hmm.
which is actually one of my best friends, I mean, we were burning the candlestick at each end.
Yeah.
And for those 4 months, God saw it fit that during the pandemic, our business closed for 4 months and we didn't know
Wow.
when it was going to reopen. So for 4 months, we couldn't do anything. And that was really, I, I probably took about 2, 3 naps a day. I didn't realize how exhausted I was. I'm serious. I'm serious. I was so exhausted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I just reached burnout.
Yeah.
But it really took me having, like, it took something extreme for me to realize that, oh my gosh,
Some
like, this is so
sometimes
unhealthy.
you have
The
to.
need for, like, accomplishment
Yes.
is, like, it's so unhealthy.
Yeah. But sometimes you have to get set down. Sometimes you have to get set down in order to realize
Yeah.
that although this is a priority to get the bag, to go to the next level, I
Right.
have to find a balance that where I can do that in the
Right.
healthiest way possible. Because if I go, 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 and but when I reach that level, I'm not even going to be there or be able to enjoy it because I don't have anything left. I have literally burnt myself out and my health has had to pay for it. So I'm happy that
Mm-hmm.
you did find time to like prioritize your health and realize that you are doing enough and your success does count for what you have achieved so far. We
True.
compare ourselves to
And
other people's success, but we don't compare ourselves to other people's burnout. Like how burnt are they? How do you know how they got
mm,
there? How do you know that they don't feel like you and worse? You know, get and how do you
mm,
physically, emotionally, like hey, you just describe all these health problems come popping up that finally had time to surface. How do you know they didn't go through that and more to get what they get? And how do you know that how you feel,
right.
oh yeah, we made it, but people say we made it, but that's not good enough for us. How you know they don't feel like that? Well, what they got?
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? And I understand where the pressure comes from because I too come from an immigrant family. They put that pressure on you. First of all, you feel like
right.
pressure and you feel like you need to repay them for their sacrifice. Because the one story you will never stop hearing is
Oh my gosh.
how they sacrificed and came to this
Mm-hmm.
country so that you can have a better life. Okay? So it's the
Mm-hmm.
least you could
Yeah.
do is succeed in life for them. Okay? So yeah, and you don't want to, bring shame to the family name. And how you said earlier, it's going to take our generation of women to learn to, normalize being soft, normalize luxury, normalize prioritizing ourselves. I think it's going to take our generation to teach our parents to normalize rest. That rest is not something
Mm,
you have to earn. Rest is your
right.
God-given right. If you woke up, you
Right.
need sleep to function. It is one of the most
Yeah.
important parts. People don't talk about the Latino sleep, hashtag grind on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a nap. Say right now, one thing about me, two
Listen,
things for sure.
you know what?
I'm gonna go to sleep. 10 o'clock is the universal adult bedtime. Okay, don't let anybody tell you nothing different. All right, and that's fine. That's something to be ashamed of. Do you know how much more productive and focused and energetic I am when I get a full night's rest, several
Yeah,
nights in
me
a
too. Yeah.
row? I can
Yeah.
get
Now I
so
just
much done
yeah.
versus burning the
And you just
midnight oil.
yeah, how do you help them through that?
Well, therapists do not tell people what to do. So I
Mm-hmm.
try to help people kind of just bring to their attention where they may be holding themselves back from. I try to help them kind of easily explain or understand where their beliefs behind their ideas come from. Like, I have to do this or I should be doing that. Like, I try to help them just kind of, I hate the word unpack, but it fits here. I hate it because people overuse it so much. They try to help them do
Yeah.
that and figure out, is there any flexibility with what you believe? Do you have to have XYZ in order to be fulfilled or in order to have made it? Like, is there any room to change that? And,
Mm-hmm.
I try to help them see how an event, like something that happens, the belief they put behind it, the thoughts that go through their mind about it, that lead to the emotions they have, that lead to the behaviors or the reactions they have for it. I try to help them see how that is either helping or hurting them meet their goal that they said they ultimately want
Mm.
to meet.
Okay. Let us know where we can find your
Yes,
Instagram or, if anyone wants to book a session with you,
yeah.
how do they do that?
I am on Instagram. It's at Optimistic Counseling. My website is
Mm-hmm.
optimisticcounseling.com. And I'm always posting stuff on Instagram. Hopefully, it's helpful, inspirational, sometimes a little funny because I'm a little jokey joke sometimes. I
Mm-hmm.
do appreciate this opportunity because I get to share that I have an opportunity for people to work with me if they're interested in it. And I'm running a special on the
Mm-hmm.
therapy
Okay.
plans I have available right now through the end of March. So if you're interested in that and you feel like
Okay.
maybe we could be a good match for each other, or you're ready to put your mental health first and realize that it's an investment and you don't see it as an expense because you are the biggest investment you will ever have, and you should be the biggest investment. You should be the biggest investment you'll ever invest in, more than your car, your house, your education.
Mm-hmm. I love
It
that.
all should come back to
Right.
you. So check out optimisticcounseling.com if you're interested in the details of how to work together.